This is the story of a simple, humble man who was born about 270 AD in what is now Turkey, a town called Mira. Also, he was associated with the city of Bari. He was born into wealth and privilege, and he enjoyed all the comforts of life, as I'm enjoying comforts of life in my chair with a cat in my lap. He had his own. But he gave all that up to become a pastor, a priest, and eventually a bishop. Not in days when the state honored these people or even protected them, but in the days when there was a transition coming in the Roman Empire. He was of Greek descent. He lived in a maritime city. There were people from all over the world who traveled through the area where his parish was located. And he was known for, among other things, some miracles. That's why the Catholic Church designated him a saint, but mostly his secret, generous giving. He was famous for helping a poor man by dropping off some gold for his daughter's dowries. Therefore, he saved them from involuntary servitude and perhaps prostitution, but he also had a strong sense of justice. He protected sailors. He protected children. He protected people who were falsely accused. He fought evil. He became for them a patron saint. And it was mostly, though, his generosity that gave him and brought him to the place where he was associated with the St. Nicholas, who, through some steps of passing through various languages, came to be known in America as Santa Claus. Little Virginia O'Hanlon, who was 8 years old at the time, wrote a letter to the New York Sun. She inquired of the editor, "Is there a Santa Claus?" She was either reluctant or having difficulty believing. The letter was intercepted by Francis Parcells Church, who was on the editorial staff, and he began to write a letter. And that letter became known as, in 1897, "Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. We take pleasure in answering at once," and thus prominently the communication below expressing at the same time our great gratification that its faithful authors is numbered among the friends of the Sun. Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They've been affected by skepticism in a skeptical age. And a little later on, he says, "Yes, Virginia, there's a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. And now that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy, alas, how dreary it would be in the world if there were no Santa Claus." You should read the whole letter, because it reminds us that the same heart of giving, the same spirit of giving, is the heart that beats within us when we are aligned with the love and the purposes of our Creator. And that Christmas is about a divine gift, a holy gift, a precious gift, and an unconditional gift of love. During this season, let's recapture not just the history, but the spirit of St. Nicholas, who reflected the very Spirit of God, the Spirit of Christ, at the celebration of Christ, the Christ Mass. And let us give from our hearts. Let this propel us to be giving people throughout the other 364 days of the year.